How do I cut an angle in half? What types of angles are there out there that you already know about? All right, first thing is, before we get to an angle, we got to talk about a ray. This is something I mentioned last week when we started our constructions. Here's the deal with a ray. It is an endpoint followed by a line, part of a line. So I got an endpoint, I'll call A, followed by a line going in one direction away from it. All right. Now, how do I write this mathematically? All right, in symbols, so I don't have to write RAY all the time. Well, the symbol for array is a small array. Here's the big part. Remember, with a line and a line segment, order did not matter for the letters. Segment CA was the same segment as AC. We remember that. Not for array. Order matters. You have to put the endpoint first when naming a ray. So this is ray AB. You cannot call it ray BA. Okay, that is not part of the diagram. Now, just to show you guys, if I put a C somewhere, could I name this ray AC? Absolutely. All right, the endpoint has to come first, though. Okay, all good. All right, so if I have a ray, I can have what's called opposite rays. Two, we've seen this word before. Collinear, on the same line. Two rays on the same line, but they have to have the same endpoint. All right, so I drew a line up here. I'm going to put point F here, point H here, and point G here. Could you guys name a bunch of different, just a bunch of different rays for me? Yeah, you could name a bunch of rays for me. But what I want to know is which two rays up here are opposite each other. So ray blank and ray blank are opposite rays. You guys are going to help me fill that in. Remember, they have to share the same endpoint. So you just can't get any two rando endpoint rays up here. They got to share the same endpoint. Ready to go? Let's start hearing from 14 today. 14. What is it? FG is 1. And what about the other one, Maya? FH. Perfect. They're on the same line, and they share endpoint F. Perfect. Guys, all right with that? Okay. Why did I need to talk about rays? Because if you put two together that share the same endpoint, we get our main topic for today, which is an angle. Okay? You get an angle. Two rays that share the same endpoint. All right, we're going to put a lot of creative things on here now. I'm going to put point B on this ray. The endpoint they share will be point A. This will be C. I'm going to throw a 2 in the inside of it. All right, let's talk geometry now. How do I name a ray? How do I name an angle? 3 different ways. 3 different ways. Way number 1, by naming it by the capital letter of the vertex. What do I mean by the vertex? That's the endpoint they share. So what endpoint does both rays share there? A. So I could call this angle A. Symbol for angle. Angle A. Sometimes you'll see me write that. Sometimes you'll see me write this. Instead, whatever floats your boat, guys. I like this way, a little fancier for me. You could also name it if there's a lowercase letter or number inside the angle, which in this case I put a what? Angle. You could call that angle 2. The most common way we'll do it is with 3 letters, where the middle letter is the vertex. All right, the middle letter is the vertex. So I could name this angle BAC. Or you could name it how? CAB, as long as the vertex is in the middle. All right, just pencils down real quick, just a little heads up here. If you choose to do it this way by naming it by the capital letter, watch out. Here's why. I want somebody to let me know why that would be a problem in this case. And you call this angle right here, you call this angle A. Why would that be a problem for me? Or anybody, not just me as the teacher. Why is calling that angle A a problem? Because it is. It's a severe problem. I'm going to be confused. Why am I going to be confused? Because the other one is also angle A. You say angle A? My response, which one? Because couldn't it be this one? Could be this one. Or it could be the full one. Everyone agrees? Okay, so watch out when naming it by a single letter. Can never go wrong. Can never go wrong naming it with 3 letters. All right, you could run into trouble by naming it with 1. All right? Okay, here we go. Types of angles. You've heard of all these, I hope, before, so help me out. What is a right angle? 90 degrees. Measures exactly 90 degrees. Bless you. It's almost never you're going to see 90 degrees written in. There should be a symbol there that says it's a right angle. Because you're never going to see the number 90 in there. Absolutely not. You're better than that. Kevin, what am I going to see instead? Yeah, I'm going to see the box, right? We'll see the box. Yep, that's 90 degrees. Straight angle. I kind of left it up there from last class, but anybody know anything about a straight angle? Measures exactly 180, yep. It's another name for what other geometric term we started the year off with? A line, yeah. Measures exactly 180, it's a line. Acute? Ooh, somebody's going to give me a definition, but I'm going to probably have to give it a little more detail. Probably a little more detail. Mike, what do you have back there? So between 0 and 90. Because if you say between 0 and 90, you're not including 90. So yes. Usually a lot of people say less than 90. But if you say less than 90, you could have negative 20 degrees, and that's possible. All right, so that's why we have to say between 0 and 90. You guys don't worry, you're not going to get into negative angles until next year in Algebra 2. So, but it is possible. So measures between 0 and 90. And it is possible, don't worry. What about obtuse now? Learn your lesson from acute. Obtuse. Not greater than 90. I need something more detailed. Measures between 90 and $1.80. Yep. Questions? You guys are pretty familiar with those 4, right? Good. All right, you ready to construct an angle now? Grab that straight edge, grab that compass. Oh, hold on. We got to do a definition first. Remember segments being congruent? Everyone remembers segments being congruent? How do you know if 2 segments are congruent? They have the same hash marks, good. And if 2 segments are congruent, what do I know about their lengths? They're the same. Well, if two angles are congruent, they have the same angle measure. All right, so let's draw one first before we construct it. So I'll have angle DEF, and we'll have angle XYZ here. I'll tell you both angles are 52 degrees. Do they both have the same angle measure? Yeah. Okay, write me that they're congruent now. Angle. Name the first angle. DEF. We all remember the congruent sign. Is congruent to angle. Name the second angle. XYZ. Remember, and some of you already brought it up, when we talked about segments, what markings did I put on that anybody walked in the room knew they were congruent? Hash marks. Well, we got something similar for angles, but they're not hash marks. Has anybody ever seen the symbols on angles that says, hey, they're congruent? Because what if I didn't know they were 52 degrees? What else could I put on there instead? Anybody know? Arc mark, yeah. Arc mark, I call it. You're going to start seeing these. Okay, that says they're congruent. Yep. Absolutely. Nice job. All right, you ready to construct a congruent angle? I need, using your compass and a straight edge, an angle that has the same measure as angle A, but I'm going to call it angle B. Everyone ready? First step to copy an angle, take your straight edge. Draw a ray. So going from endpoint B, draw yourself a ray. And remember tonight, if you forget these steps, watch the video over again or go on to the under Regents Review folder on Aspen, find the link to the YouTube videos. All right, ready? First step, take your compass, put it on vertex A. Take your compass point, put it on vertex A, and you're going to make an arc that goes through both rays. I don't care how wide or how narrow it is, just make an arc that goes through both rays. And then leave the opening of your compass the same. Travel over to endpoint B and make the same arc that intersects your ray. Okay, so 2 arc marks. All on the same page. Go back to your angle. Does everybody see on your angle, you have 2 points of intersection, right? I need you to open up your compass to those 2 points right now. No markings, no markings. I just need you to take your compass and put your compass points on the points of intersection from your arc. And the final step and most important step that you have to remember, you're going to go back over to your ray, but you are not going to put your compass on the end point. Instead, I'm going to put it on the point of intersection. And you have a choice now. You can make an arc above or below, but just make sure it intersects your first one. So again, measure the distance from the point of intersections. Come on over. Make sure you put it where the arc intersected your ray and swing an arc so the two will intersect. And then yes, you can grab your straight edge now and finish the angle off by drawing in your ray. Now, somebody every year always argues with me. Here's their argument. Wait a second. You told us we were going to do congruent angles. And the one I made on the right is clearly bigger than the one on the left. So how can they be congruent? We're talking angles. The size of them does not matter. What matters? The angle measure, yes. The angle measure should be the same. I don't care how big or small they are, as long as the angle measure is the same. And what can we finish this construction with by putting what on our diagram? Arc marks that say they're congruent, yes. Everyone all good? And we'll try, we'll probably have a little time left at the end. We'll do this one more time. Okay? Okay, here we go. Bisector. Gotta delete this. Okay. Array that cuts an angle in half. Array that cuts an angle into two congruent angles. So by the time we are done here, you're going to use your compass and straight edge again to do this. We're going to have something that looks like that cuts it into two congruent angles. Okay, that's our goal at the end. All right, take your compass. We're going to cut angle BAC in half, but we need a bisector to do it. This is going to be done right on the angle, nothing off to the side here, right on the angle because we want to cut BAC in half. Take your compass, put it on the vertex. And what did I ask you to do for copy an angle? Anybody remember the first step? Make an arc mark that intersects both rays. Do the same thing now. How many points of intersection do you now have? 2. Put your compass point on one of them. Now it does, the opening does not matter from the first step to this step, but you're going to make 2 more arc marks right now. The opening should be the same when we make this arc mark and the next one. All right, so when you make this arc mark, make sure it's a little bit above the first one. And guess where I'm going to go now? Other point of intersection, yep, with the same compass opening. You can keep it the same throughout, that's fine. I'm just saying after the first arc, if you wanted to open or close it a little more, that's fine. But the last 2 arcs need to be the same opening on your compass. So come on down to the other endpoint, make the 2 intersect, boom. Little fireworks. And then grab the old straight edge and draw on your angle bisector. And we do have to add one more point to our ray. It said given ray AX, right? So make sure we put point X somewhere on here. Okay, you guys tell me, give me a true statement right now. If AX is cutting BAC in half, what is true? That's what I want to put under conclude right now. What is true? Cuts an angle into 2 congruent angles. So what is true on here on my diagram? Aman, what do you have? Okay, hold on. Angle BAX. Go ahead, continue. There you go. Nice job. And I could also do what to the diagram? What can I put on the diagram as well? Arc marks. Quick piece of advice about arc marks. I would probably stay away from doing something like this, making your arc marks like that, because you can't really tell that those 2 are congruent. Probably the best way to do it is, if you're going to make arc marks, offset them a little bit so it's clear that They're talking about those two angles are congruent. Okay. I have one other conclusion. One other conclusion. See if you can fill it out. Have you seen the little m before? What's that telling me? Measure. Okay, the measure of angle BAX is blank the measure of angle BAC. So measure of angle BAX is blank the measure of angle BAC, because those two aren't equal. All right, like I need something here. Without putting something there, this is not a true statement at all. All right, not a true statement. Matt, what do you have? 1/2 the measure. 1/2. Yep. Anything you guys want to ask? I don't know, maybe because we're going into some algebra problems now, might need your calculator. I don't know. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's grind away here. All right, I have KJ and KL. They're opposite rays. Perfect. Here's what I need you to get in the habit of. You start reading something in the directions. If you can mark your diagram, do so. KN bisects LKM. Everyone find LKM right now, that angle. Follow the letters, L to K to M. KN is bisecting it. You should be able to put markings on your diagram right now. Please do so. I'll walk around to see that you got the correct ones. Get in the habit of doing this. Oh, it bisects. Let me put these markings on my diagram. Angle LKM is getting bisected by KN. There shouldn't be any hash marks on your diagram here. We are not talking about line segments. We are talking about angle measurements. Good. You guys want to start labeling example 1? Go right ahead. LKM, find LKM. That's 7x minus 5. And then NKM is 3x plus 9. And you don't have to label it me, whatever you're comfortable with. And we need to find the measure of LKM. So how many degrees in LKM? Talk it over with people around you right now. I need an equation to set up, guys. Need an equation to set up. All right, what equation can you set up for me that will solve for x? And remember, you just put those darn arc marks there for a reason. All right, you know which two angles are congruent. Take about 30 seconds right now, discuss with people around you, your partner, whoever, and say, what equation could I set up to solve for x based on this info I was given? Quiet it down, so that usually means, hey, we got it. All right, let's talk then. Here you go, 11. What equation did you guys come up with? What do you got, Charlotte? Perfect. I got 2 times 3x plus 9. Now, where's that coming from? Hey, if that angle's 3x plus 9, the congruent angle is 3x plus 9. All right, could you write out 3x plus 9 plus 3x plus 9? Yes, equal to 7x minus 5. Go ahead and do your distribution. 6x plus 18. equals 7x minus 5. Guys, just be careful here. I saw a lot of people's quizzes. You set everything up perfectly, but then you tried to move things over and the calculations were wrong, of all things. All right, the geometry was perfect, but the big one was everyone in here has taken it, right? A lot of you guys tell me 81 plus 9 is 89 for one of the problems. It's 90. You guys, the one simplest radical form one at the end, 81 plus 9 is 90, not 89. I hate to break it to some of you. Okay, so silly stuff like that. What'd you get out for x? Here we go. What did we get out for the value of x? 14, value of x. What do we get, Maya? 23, yep. Oh, geez. X does not make you a winner in here. Read the problem. It does not make you a winner. Everyone's like, up, solve for x. On to the next one. No. Have some self-respect. All right, don't be an embarrassment to the math community. The measure of LKM, got to plug and chug, right? So I'm going to take that 23 and plug it in for 7x minus 5. And when you're ready, let me know what angle measurement you do get out here. Oh, 7. Hi, Aaron. That is you. 156 degrees. Bonus question, honors kids. What type of angle is it? Obtuse. Yes, obtuse. 1 doesn't make you great. On to number 2. This still applies, though. Kn still bisects the angle. That still applies. Just got new values for new angles. Go. Make sure I put my congruent angles back in there. All right, let's roll. NKL, everyone find that. Ooh, N to K to L, 7x minus 9. And JKM, ooh, tricky here, is x plus 3. JKN, ooh, all right, honors kids, a little tougher now. X plus 3, 7x minus 9, but I need to find what JKN is. Could you add anything to my diagram right now? I know that's 7x minus 9 and that's x plus 3. Could you label any other angle? Yes, Aman? I'll get there in a second. Yes, that's what this is going to involve, but I need one more before I do that. These two angles are what, guys? Right here. These two are congruent. So if that one's 7x minus 9, you better believe this one is 7x minus 9. All right, Aman, going back to you. All 3 angles form that straight line, which equals how many degrees? 180. I think we have our equation now. All right, everyone take a look. All 3 angles add up to 180. Forms that straight line. So that's exactly what I'll do. So 2 times 7x minus 9 plus x plus 3 equals 180 degrees. Yep. And remember, 1 doesn't make you great. Or no, sorry. X doesn't make you a winner. Get my sayings mixed up. Getting the value of x. Number 9, value of x. 13. Nice job. Doesn't make us a winner, though. I do have to go and find JKN right now. JKN, that full angle. So you're going to have to plug 13 in for 2 spots now. And when you're ready, degree measure of JKN. Hello, 14. 90. Off a couple degrees. What are we going to play? Your hot, your cold game? All right. So you took 13, plugged it in for X here. So you got 16 degrees, right? Plug 13 in here. I can't do that math off the top of my head that quick, but what? 82? So I got 82 here and I got 16 here. 98 degrees. Any issues? Okay, you're on your own now for this last one. Here you go, last one on your own. It says, hey, notice it says draw, keep your compass out, keep your compass away from this. Okay, if it said construct, then you would use your compass, but it says draw, which means a freehand diagram is fine. All right, so go right ahead. You and your partner, people around, get after it. See what you can do here. Don't pack up either, because we're not going to be done after this. Don't just freehand it. Just freehand it. You can still put markings on your diagram, though. Keep trucking. Keep trucking. As you guys finish, you should get 50 degrees, but keep finishing. If you are done, you have white space down at the bottom. What I want you to do with that white space right now is go ahead and draw yourself any angle. Draw yourself any angle right now. And what I'm going to do is walk around and see you copy that angle onto a ray. Okay? So copy that angle onto a ray next to it. Don't bisect it. I want you to copy the angle onto a ray next to it. All right, as I walk around with you guys.